How are lines on roads measured? By Jack Merrigan and Owen O'Neill. Hello and welcome to our presentation focusing on the precision of road line measurement. In this slideshow, we'll dig deeper into the fascinating realm of how lines on roads are precisely measured, shedding light on the advanced technologies and techniques that underpin this vital component of transportation infrastructure.
Why are measurements of lines and symbols on roads important? These measurements are very important for reasons such as giving information to drivers for safety, helping drivers that have an obstructed view of the road. An example of this could be storms or sunlight or driving at night. And also autonomous cars with cameras and sensors and letting drivers know when it's okay to pass and when it's not okay.
Methods for determining lines and symbols on the road. There are many ways to measure lines on roads, but the long list has been narrowed down to the most used ways of doing this. This list includes visual inspection. This is one of the most simple methods for measuring road lines. It involves physically observing and evaluating the condition, width, and placement of road markings using human eyes. While this method is straightforward, there is very much room for human error. Tape measure. A tape measure is a manual tool used to measure the length, width, and spacing of road lines. It consists of a flexible ribbon or strip of material marked with linear measurements. Laser distance devices, such as laser rangefinders or distance meters. These devices utilize laser technology to measure distances accurately and efficiently. Retroreflectivity measurements, which assess the reflective properties of road markings, specifically their ability to reflect light back to its source, such as vehicle headlights.
One method for determining lines and symbols on roads are laser distance measuring devices. There's a wide variety of these devices that are used in order to measure lines for roads, and this is considered the most accurate form of measuring pavement markings. This method uses a laser beam to more easily measure distances, which can be more useful for markings that are not as simple as arrows or lines. The laser works by sending out the beam. The beam bounces back off the surface and comes back to the finder, and the machine calculates the time it takes, and the machine uses this information to now display a distance.
Tape measure measurements. Tape measure measurements are not the most accurate way because there is much room for human error, but it is a very simple and easy way. This method is mainly used for arrows and lines by taking the length and width of the lines using a tape measure. This method is a good way to make sure that the lines and arrows on the roads are compliant with nationwide standards. Per Ohio State News, the requirements for most road lines are 10 feet long with 30 feet between each line.
How is this related to civil and environmental engineering? A major aspect of transportation engineering, which falls under civil engineering, is preserving means of travel, and in this case, roads. As civil and environmental engineers, lines and symbols are a very crucial part of maintaining safety and order on the roads. Without road markings, drivers would not be able to distinguish different lanes, where it is safe to pass, and generally most traffic laws. Because of this, the higher quality and accuracy of lines and symbols on the roads, the safer everyone is.
Will road lines change as technology advances? The obvious answer to this question is yes. But why? As technology advances day to day, road lines and symbols will also advance. The main reason being autonomous cars. These cars rely on clear, standardized lines in order to make the correct movements while driving. So there will definitely be some changes made to road lines in areas where the road lines are dull and not clear. But we can also look at this from an environmental standpoint. If we were to, we could also say that technology advancing will also come with more sustainable and long-lasting ways to paint lines on roads. These are just a couple of the main reasons why road lines will change as technology advances.
And finally, here are the works consulted for our research. Thank you for listening.